The Nami Solo Incarnon is one of the best melee weapons in the game, dealing millions and millions of damage, and somehow I completely forgot it and made a huge mistake. How, where, why, all of that in one video, so let's quickly hop into it. My biggest mistake with this weapon was not mentioning it in my top 10 list. And yes, I do admit my mistake. How did I forget? I have no idea, because this melee weapon is so good. But I'm here to correct my mistake. So if you like a Warframe YouTuber who owns up to his mistakes, you can click that subscribe and bell icon down below. It is very much appreciated by me, so you're notified when I upload my videos next. Also, click that like button and comment down below on your thoughts on this weapon. Now, let's quickly get into the base stats of the weapon. It is a mastery rank 6 machete weapon that primarily does slash damage, 70% of it, and critical chance 15%, 2 times critical multiplier, and 25% status chance. Pretty decent stats for a mastery rank 6 weapon, and you take that Nami Solo Incarnon Genesis adapter, slap it on there, and then this weapon turns into an incredible beast. First of all, when you reach your 6x combo, you can do a heavy attack to activate the Incarnon form. The Incarnon form will give you +3 range, first of all, making this weapon the longest reaching weapon next to the bow in the game, which is going to be so good. You get additional 100% melee damage, and sprint speed and also bullet jump is increased by 20% for 180 seconds or until you die, which with this weapon you're not going to. Now let's move on to the second evolution. We have Brigand's Frenzy, which is going to increase your damage by 80, and on equip you're going to get a 30% attack speed for 4 seconds. And we have Master's Flourish, which is going to increase our damage by 80, and on finisher you're going to regenerate 40 health every second for 10 seconds, and we're going to use Brigand's Frenzy. Brigand's Frenzy is going to be, in my opinion, the better option because of the attack speed, because we're not going to be finishing any enemies with this weapon. And evolution 3, we have Lone Blade with melee weapon equipped. Your melee follow through is going to be increased by 60%. I'll explain what that is in just a quick second. We have our second one, which is going to be Swift Break. This will increase our heavy attack wind up speed by 50%, and Resolute Force, which will increase our combo duration by 6 seconds, which is pretty good. The one that we're going to be using is Lone Blade. Now, melee follow through isn't the stat that you can see in game, but it acts as a multiplier for the damage done to every next enemy you hit with a single attack. So let's say your follow through is 0.5, and the first enemy takes 100% of the damage, the second takes 50%, and the third one will take 25% if you hit 3 enemies. So the damage just falls off, and this 60% is going to increase that, so you do even more damage. Now, evolution 4, we have Absolute Valor, which is going to increase our critical chance by 21%, Versatile Creed, which is going to increase our critical chance and our status chance by 14% each, and then Absolute Dominion, which is going to increase our status chance by 30%. The one that I use 90% of my gameplay is going to be Absolute Valor, increase on critical chance by 21%, but the 10% is Versatile Creed. Both are incredibly good. Play with each and see which one you like more. But something that you're not going to have to play around with is the build, because I'm going to show you it right now, and this is it up on screen alongside the evolutions that I use throughout my gameplay. In the build, we have Condition Overload, increasing our melee damage with every element on that enemy applied. We have Blood Rush, Galvanized Steel, Amalgam Organ Shatter, Primed Reach, Berserker Fury, Weeping Wounds, Shocking Touch, alongside Dreamer's Wrath. I would highly recommend Dreamer's Wrath because it will allow you to basically do 3 heavy attacks with increased critical damage coming from Dreamer's Wrath itself. We do have Blood Rush and Galvanized Steel, which is going to be incredibly good because the red crits on the heavy attack of this weapon are so good. You could do literally millions of damage with Revenant, no buffs at all. This weapon, give it to any other Warframe that can even slightly buff it, it is going to be incredibly good. You can actually see some other Warframes in the background, and I do have builds on those Warframes, you can go and check them out as well. But the key aspect of this build is melee influence. Because of the incredible attack speed and the heavy attack being a basically spin to win move, you are going to be proccing a lot of statuses, and one of the best ones is going to be Electricity combined with melee influence. Now, melee influence on electricity status proc will give you a 20% chance for the melee status elements applied to an enemy to spread to nearby enemies within 20 meters. Now, this cannot be refreshed, but in the gameplay that I have gathered and the time that I played with this weapon, I have realized that you can evaporate literally hordes of enemies, and sometimes it seems like it's refreshing on its own. It makes me not sure if the weapon is incredibly good or is melee influence just bugged, but that could be just me. Leave your comments down below. I'm quite interested in your experiences. Nonetheless, this is incredibly good, and in my opinion, the best melee arcane that you can place on this weapon. Combine it with a great primer like the Epitaph Prime, like I do in my gameplay, and you are pretty much set. You might have noticed we do not have viral, but you can get it through other means. Mine is going to be using the Epitaph, and the Epitaph is honestly going to be an incredibly good choice. You can use the Kuvenukor and you can use the Cedo Prime as well. It is completely up to you. This is honestly, in my opinion, one of the top 3 melee weapons, damage-wise, crowd clearing-wise, and also acolyte clearing-wise. This weapon clears out everything and makes acolytes basically a nuisance of 1 second to 2 if you don't hit them at first, and makes Steel Path incredibly easy. Combine it with an incredibly good Warframe and you are pretty much set to clear out Steel Path without any issues. The Nami Solo Incarnon were severely misjudged, and here you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Do leave it in the comments if you did. Do leave a like, as I mentioned earlier. Click that subscribe and bell button as well. I appreciate it a lot, and I love every single one of you guys. We're almost at 22,000 subscribers. Jeez, we're going fast. I love all of you. This has been the Gaming Whistle, over and out, and see you in the next video.